Yo, yo, peace, peace. Barghani, Islam, Salam, Hetepu, Rahubat, Jinalako Ninani, your boy T Noble Bandele Elamine, back in the building, right? And today we're going to be doing Moorish Tik Toks, all right? So before we get into that, please check out this ad.
Power in the melanin, she glows. Unified like Malcolm when we close. Pushing through the struggle, yeah, we chose. Solid as a rock, I love it grows. Speaking wisdom just like Dr. Umar knows. Dripping culture in our stance, it shows. On the front lines where that passion roars. Building empires, Kevin Samuels goals. Sitting at the table, he proposed. Melanated love, in America it flows.
All right, all right. So we back in the building. So please, hey, before we get into this show, please like this video and please subscribe, because I noticed that a lot of people who watch these videos are usually new people. So y'all like this video and subscribe to it, all right? So today we're going to be dealing with Moorish TikTok videos, part 1. All right? So before we get into it though, check out the Holy Ancestral Covenant, right? The Holy Ancestral Covenant is the Moorish Temple of New Kemit's religious spiritual book for all you spiritual people out there that are not into necessarily the Abrahamic tradition. This is a book for us to be able to use as a means of legal documentation of some of our covenant things. So, understanding religion and the law, right? So I ain't gonna get into the spiel, but y'all go check this book out. It's a heavy book. Y'all check it out. It's a must. It's a must have. All right. So, like I said, today we're gonna get into the TikTok, Moorish TikTok. As a Moor, we're gonna show the good and the bad. We're gonna just show Moorish life, what's the Moorish paradigm, right? Through TikTok. So that's what we're gonna get into today. And then we'll even discuss a little bit of it, right? So I'm gonna switch it up, speed it up. We're gonna get started. Uh let's get it in. Let's go. So let's go.
All of these buildings all around here, as I told in class last night, they're ours. They belong to us. They're ancient, these buildings. There's a whole city underneath this city. They've been burned, all the major cities, the major energy centers. Our ancestors set up these energy centers that we call Philadelphia, New York, Boston, Atlanta, Detroit, right? Chicago, Miami, Los Angeles. They are energy centers. They're not where they are in huge, large cities just because of some coincidence. There's energy and power in these places. London, Rio de Janeiro.
Yo, so let me ask y'all, do y'all think that Tartaria and the Moorish Empire has something to do with each other? Are they connected in some form or fashion? Let me know. Let me know. Because, all right, so let's look at it like this. We've done a video on Tartaria and Moors. We've done a video on Tartaria and the Ottoman Empire. So is there really a connection between Tartaria and the Moorish Empire? Because, you know, at one point we were saying that all these things was Moorish, and now you got others coming in trying to say that it's Tartaria instead of being Moorish. So now it's like they combining them together. So do y'all really think that that's what's happening? You know, do you really think that? If you do, please, you know, put your comments below. Like I said, these videos are going to be about, you know, deciphering the Moorish paradigm. We're going to do Moorish TikTok from all different levels of the game. All right. So we're going to get into the next video. We're going to look at the next video.
Why is there a Moorish fez on the Haitian national flag, the El Salvador national flag, the Nicaragua national flag? Why is there a Moorish fez on those three flags if we're not Moorish American? El Salvador, isn't that in America? Isn't Haiti, ain't that in America? Isn't Nicaragua, ain't that part of the Americas too? See, once you see it, you can't unsee it. The Moorish fez is on the El Salvador flag and on the Haitian flag, and it's on the Nicaragua flag? Yes, it is. That's why we rep Moorish American, because Moorish Americans are the Aboriginal, indigenous people of the planet.
Let him cook. I'm gonna let him. Let him.
So we say Moorish, no different than somebody says Irish or British or Polish, etc. Ish means all encompassing. So when you say Moorish, you're talking about the Americas. You're talking about North, Central, South America, and all of the islands. So it don't matter if you're from Jamaica. It don't matter if you're from Haiti, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Cuba, Guyana. It don't matter. You could be from Venezuela, St. Vincent.
Yeah.
Turks and Caicos, from the Bahamas, Barbados.
Do y'all believe this?
Hawaii. All of those that I'm mentioning right now are Moorish Americans. Feel me?
Like anything he does is completely fascinating to people.
Well, he's a legitimate super genius.
All right.
Why?
All right. So let's look at this. Let's go back into this. We'll go back out. So y'all tell me, what do you think that Moorish Americans were from the United States? Like, not United States, but from the Americas? Do you think the Moors were already here? Because a lot of the history of the Moors do talk about, you know, melanated people being here in America, and that those people were classified or seen as Moors. So do you guys see the validity, or what questions do you guys have in regarding that video? So, you know, we can, like I said, we can debate these things. These things are all up for understanding and for, you know, scrutiny, most definitely. But these are Moorish videos, and like I said, this is part one. So, you know, we're gonna be getting into some more stuff. You feel me? So, let's get to the next video. We can show them what's the deal. I'm gonna let this load up real quick to see if it'll load up. I'm trying to get. I don't know why it's buffering like that. You feel me? Anyway, let's go. Let's go.
We know the truth down here. Let's get into it. Indian of the Western Hemisphere. In 1676, the native races of New England were spoken of indifferently as Indians and Moors. And our British Indians are also remembered as Moors. Let's keep going. The term Moor was applied to dark-skinned, brown-skinned, and reddish-brown-skinned people who were not only indigenous to Europe, but to West and North Africa. Even black Indians of the Western Hemisphere were also dubbed with the title. Colonizers called everybody with dark skin, brown skin, and reddish brown skin a Moor. That does not make indigenous Americans Moors. That term came from Europe and Africa. That term has nothing to do with indigenous Americans. But they called it Moor because that is a derogatory term for black people, brown skinned people, light brown skin, reddish brown skinned people. That does not make you a Moor. That is a colonizer's term from Europe. That's what they call dark-skinned people of Europe. So when they got here, they brought their terminology here and called indigenous Americans Moors. We know the truth.
All right. Hey, now this one is a little bit interesting. It's an interesting video, right? So let's look at this. Are the brothers saying that? Which look, first of all, there is to me some validity into that. With the reason is that when the Europeans did come over to the Americas and they saw dark-skinned indigenous people or dark-skinned people here already, they did dub them as Moors because that's what they gave in term to, right? But the term Moor does have a different connotation in legal representation than your Negro or black. So were they calling them Moors really in a derogatory way where they were totally stripped of any kind of rights like a Negro slave? So I don't know. That's the issue. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. All right. So like I said, we're going to keep it Moorish or even on Moorish thought. So a lot of the stuff that's going on with Moors too is a lot of Moors are doing law, and we are a firm believer of law as a Moor here. We are a firm believer of law as well, so a lot of stuff has been, a lot of stuff has been put with the sovereign citizen movement. So you got a lot of Moors doing sovereign citizen. So you'll see a lot of that. So with that being said, we're going to look at a video with the guy. It's a kind of a longer video. So let's get into it. All right, I'm going to play it.
I live in the United States of America.
That's not a valid address, though.
I understand that, but this is where I reside at.
All right, so you rather keep saying that than
yes, sir.
Be cooperative with us, and you want to go to the station tonight and have us tow your car?
Sir, you can do whatever you want. I'm residing. I understand what you're saying, but I reside in the United States of America Republic. I'm not giving any contract.
So you don't live in any house? Any house?
I live in a republic. Yeah, my house is my house is my house. I reside in the United States of America Republic.
All right, so when you apply for a job or apply for something,
I just put USA Republic.
You just put USA Republic.
Yes, sir.
No numerical anything.
No, sir.
Just USA Republic.
USA Republic, sir. Of the Union States.
Well, in Illinois, which is where you're at right now.
Yes, sir.
Which is part of the United States, you need to have valid registration on a vehicle to drive on a public roadway, which you're on right now.
Yes, sir.
And you also need a valid driver's license to operate a vehicle in Illinois.
I understand that, sir.
So we'll let you drive away, but you got to give us a valid address.
I understand that.
If not, we're taking us to the station and then we'll tow the car.
I understand that, sir. Can I give you the address?
Yeah, but the United States Republic is not going to work in our system.
I don't have any address to the house, sir.
No, you got parents' address, mom, dad.
No, sir.
They live in the United States Republic.
Yes,
too?
sir.
All right, my man. That's your kid and wife?
Yes, sir.
And they live with you?
Yes.
They don't have an address with you?
Where you live at?
Huh?
Where do we live at?
United States of America Republic.
Where do we live at?
United States of America Republic.
I can't wait to go to jail. Ain't no fucking choice. Actually, you understand how this works?
Yeah.
The goal is to gain jurisdiction over you. Never give a contractual waiver. Admitting to an address is a contractual waiver.
All right, so that's just like it paused at perfect time. All right, so what y'all thinking so far? So far, I mean, I have to say, just looking so far, so good. He has not been, disrespectful to the officer or anything of that nature. He's standing on what he, believes. Now he's saying that he's in the United States. He was saying something to the effect that they live in the United States. So that's interesting, okay? As Moors and others that practice those type of legal remedies, you might find some of them, the key is, like he's saying, for them not to be put in the jurisdiction. So, a lot of people who are Moors are, doing that. They're becoming Moors so they can get out of the jurisdiction of corporate jurisdiction or the United States, jurisdiction, want to be in state, constitution law, all those type of things. They're all similar in their practice or maybe how they're looked at. But all right, we're going to see if he get out of this. All right.
This is also considered being detained.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not
They're trying to establish it.
Even if the status on your passport says what it says.
Some police overstep.
For sure.
Some.
This is exactly what that is.
You guys should be patient. That's why you gotta be calm. You can't argue or nothing. Now, registration would have gave this called realm jurisdiction.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know what realm jurisdiction is, it's when the state don't have personal jurisdiction. Realm jurisdiction means when they have jurisdiction over your property, meaning your vehicle. That's what realm jurisdiction is. I gotta teach you about that too.
So because
Okay.
goes like separate from you.
Yeah.
Sense, right?
Yep. So realm jurisdiction is when they got jurisdiction over your property, like registration or something like that within the state will give them realm jurisdiction. Realm jurisdiction, my bad. Ooh, it ain't coming in cold. Don't you hope?
It's not coming in as like heavy vacuum.
Right. Everything on this side. See?
Alright.
Hey.
So, is your wife Mexican?
Yeah.
Significant other? Does she have anything valid?
She don't have any contracts in the state. You got you?
Okay. So, without your help, you're able to figure out who you are. You have no valid registration, okay? So protect you, you can't drive this car. Second thing is you don't have a valid license. So I'm going to give you those 2 tickets. You're going to have a court date. Okay? You are not allowed.
All right, it's perfect stop right there as usual. He's saying, now if you listen, he's saying that they gave him tickets for, like, what do you say, not a valid license. Let's go back a little bit. He said not a valid
drive
license.
off from him. You have to park.
Let's go back. Hold on. He said.
Drive this car. Second thing is you don't have a valid license. So I'm going to give you those 2 tickets. You're going to have.
Well, something I didn't hear the first one, but he does. They say he didn't have a valid license. So even though he's saying what he said, the officers still pursued and did what they're told to do.
A court date.
Okay.
They got a court date and everything.
You are not allowed to drive off from him. You have to park your car in until someone else that has a valid license can drive it.
I got somebody come over.
Someone's coming here.
Yeah, I got somebody coming.
As long as you got someone coming here to pick up your car, that's fine.
With a valid license.
Since none of you guys have valid licenses, none of you guys can drive. You have insurance?
I don't got none of that.
You got none of that. All right, so that's another ticket. So just sit here.
Okay.
Oh, careful, Kat. What are you doing with your body? Stop.
You see that? You see how the same thing goes?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. And usually after they give you the ticket, they're gonna pull out. Ain't no tickets to give you. Accept the ticket, rip that shit up, throw it in the garbage. Hey, listen, do she got valid?
Now, not to say, like I said, Moors, be studying the law. This is one of those videos that you really got to study. But tear up the ticket if you want. I hear you, but it would be your best bet to hold on to the ticket as record, as evidence. All right, but you might have a warrant if you tear up that ticket and don't do anything. They're gonna put out a warrant on his behalf, so he can say whatever he's saying. But they're gonna put out a warrant. They might let him go today, but they're gonna put a warrant out for him if he doesn't deal with the situation.
Fuck out of here. So listen, nobody in my family will ever have a contract with the state. Didn't sound like that shit was scripted. Didn't sound like that shit was scripted. Didn't sound like that shit was scripted when you talking.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm like, what the fuck?
Because they have to go back there and converse about it.
I'll leave.
Talk about it, how everyone knows.
Okay.
I thought they were going to take you in.
So they gonna take me in. First, I'm gonna get locked up. The end is illegal. Now we gotta get you a ticket. Fuck out of here.
How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. How about you?
Good. My officers talked to you okay?
Yes, sir.
Told you. Hey,
Yes,
how
sir.
are you? Just the little ones asleep?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll try and get you going as quick as we can.
Okay.
All right.
Sound fair?
Sound good?
Yes, sir. Y'all did an amazing job tonight.
I wasn't here, so don't give me any credit. I just got it now. So, all right.
Okay. Have a good day, y'all.
Yep.
Rule number 1, never give jurisdiction. Rule number 2, never give jurisdiction. Rule number 3, never ever give a jurisdiction. Don't ever do it. Don't ever give an address, none of that. He gonna say, do anybody else got a valid identification? I'm like, hold on. I thought the passport is valid identification. So y'all want me to have a contract in the state? No. They're all finna go.
It was nice though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he knew exactly what was in that passport, but it was just them trying to push it. You know, that's the goal. But he knew exactly what it said on the passport because he came to the car with such great mannerism.
Yeah.
You know, because if it was anything else, we'd have been on bull. You're trying to drag your tail out the car on that type of time.
Let me be a dark-skinned brother with dreadlocks with a driver's license. What? Well, they would have threw me on the ground, beat my ass. Y'all need to learn this, brothers. He's just writing out the tickets. He got to write out 4 tickets.
No license, no insurance. Plates.
Yep. No license, no registration, no insurance. I don't know. That's about it. About 3. I think about 3. Ain't gonna be no address, nothing on that. Ain't gonna be nothing on that. There's nothing to suspend. There's nothing to revoke. There's nothing to cancel. And just come on, man. It's cold, yo. Super cold out here. Been waiting 43 minutes.
Dang, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like an hour,
Been waiting 43 minutes, man. Dang. This is the longest do not detain thing ever, y'all.
So what's the difference between United States American Republic and War Free Delivery, and why should you use?
Because it'll pretty much pull them back a lot. Rural free delivery, it's like they don't know. But United States of American Republic, it's claimed that you live on the land, the country. Rural free delivery is like rural areas. That's not giving them deep indication. So if you say I live in the United States of American Republic, you pretty much say I live in the country. I don't live in the fictitious territorial boundaries or territorial jurisdiction.
Would either one of them work, or is it best to just use the first one?
It's best to use the United States of American Republic. Okay. In my personal experiences, I never use like rural free delivery is cool, but nah, I use United States of American Republic. Yeah, right to travel, yeah.
Yeah.
But you ain't never seen that do nothing saying list. He's seen people. The police seeing people with the do not detain list who got a lot of contracts with the state.
Yeah.
And those people went to jail. Every time. They always went to jail. Always.
All right, you got your ride coming?
Yeah, I gotta order it.
What?
I gotta order the ride.
You gotta order it?
Yeah, because I was waiting for y'all.
Yeah. If you want to go ahead and order it, because it's gonna be a few minutes. We just can't have you sitting on the side of the road.
Okay. Will you go over there or something? Can we go over there until you come?
You can't drive.
All right, so we're at the end of that. So, all right, so basically from what it looked like, the car, he can't drive the car, so somebody's gonna have to, they calling somebody in to get them off like an Uber or whatever, and then somebody else is gonna have to come out and get the car, which is considerably lucky compared to some people who have been on right to travel. So I mean, you guys see what happens as Moors go on the right to travel, how it may turn out. Right. So let's see. Do we got one more? So definitely got uh definitely got one more for y'all. So let's look at this video. Shout out to Abdullah Bey for this video. We're gonna end it on some good stuff right here. Check it out.
Peace, everyone. This is Abdullah Bey back at you with another thought-provoking lesson. Writing the Moors back into history, coming from Moors and Masonry. And to get Moors and Masonry, go to moorsandmasonry.org. Writing the Moors back into history. The recovery of lost Moorish sovereignty. The commercial agreement between Morocco and England in 1585 helped England defeat Spain in the Spanish Armada in 1588. There's no writings of the alliance between Morocco and England in the history textbooks used in the schools at the United States. The historians of the history textbooks do not mention that Morocco provided England with the much needed scepter used for the manufacturing gunpowder. Morocco's commercial relations with England in 1585 was key to England defeating Spain in the Spanish Armada in 1588. The Moors are completely written out of history. The exposure of this deliberate historical cover-up of Morocco's role in supporting England commercially and militarily, which led to England's eventual defeat of Spain in the Spanish Armada, will shed light on the great importance of the Moors. The Moors played in England's commercial and military affairs in the 1580s. Gerald MacLean and Nabir Matar, Britain in the Islamic world, 1558 to 1713. By 1603, the records kept by the Levant Company and secretaries of state provide overwhelming evidence that commercial negotiations had already established
Okay.
during enduring connections that would flourish in the decades to come, keeping Britain and the British family linked to the Islamic world via trade. This is the link. Another link: the visit of Abd el Ach bin Masoud followed the sailing of the Lion in 1551 and the 1585 establishment of the English Barbary Company, which had the objective of developing trade between England and Morocco.
Yo, he said English Barbary Company. All right.
Diplomatic relations and an alliance was established between Elizabeth and the Barbary states. The last year of the 16th century saw major English success against Spain, with the English victory against the Spanish Armada in 1588 and the capture of Cadiz by the Earl of Essex in 1597. As a result, King Ahmad al-Musaar decided to send an embassy to propose a joint invasion of Spain. Abd al-Absud bin Masoud was accompanied by al-Hajj Masa and al-Hajj Bahanet, as well as the interpreter named Ad el-Dudar, an Andalusian by birth, under cover of a trade mission to Aleppo, with a stopover in London. Altogether, the embassy numbered 16 and sailed on board the Eagle under Robert Kitchen. He reached Dover 8th of August 1600. Abd el-Asud bin Masoud spent 6 months at the court of Elizabeth at the age of 42 in order to negotiate an alliance against Spain. Abd el-Us Madin Masoud spoke some Spanish, but he communicated to the queen through his interpreter, who spoke in Italian. They met with the queen on the 9th of August and again on the 10th of September. Right, moving along here. Moulay Ahmad al-Mansour has reigned from 1578 to 1503, Emperor Morocco, and Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth I, Britain in the Islamic world, 1558 to 1713, by Gerald Mullane, Nabir Matar, Gerald McLean, Professor of English Literature, University of Exeter, and Nabir Matar, Professor of English, University of Minnesota. Upon ascending to the Moroccan throne in August of 1578, following victory at the Battle of Wadi al-Makazin, Alcazar, known by the Portuguese as Alcazar, the Battle of Alcazar, Moulay Ahmad al-Mansur had little reason to notice or court the English queen. Actually, he looked askance at her, since a contingent of English and Irish Catholic soldiers, led by Thomas Stokely, had joined King Sebastian and fought against him in battle. Furthermore, Elizabeth's coffers were not as replete as they needed to be to make England a powerful nation. When an English ambassador arrived in Marrakesh to congratulate al-Mansur on his victory and ascension to the throne, he brought presents that, compared with those from Portugal, were considered so insignificant that al-Fishtali did not even bother to mention them. The Portuguese magnificent present was beyond calculation, wrote al-Fishtali. A people wondered at the one who gave it. The present was brought into the gate of Fez on coaches and carriages. People flocked to see the present like butterflies. But as soon as al-Mansur found himself having to maneuver between the Ottoman and Spanish superpowers that were trying to conquer his kingdom, he turned, just as his predecessor had done, to countries such as France, Holland, and England for possible assistance. All were enemies of Spain and needed access to the natural resources that only Morocco could provide, chiefly saltpeter for manufacturing gunpowder, but also gold, sugar, and leather.
Y'all understand, this is Moorish history. This is, putting back pieces of history that we don't have in our history book. Check.
All right, so we're here looking at the writing the Moors back into history. Writing the Moors back into history. Once again, I'm reading from Moors and Masonry, Part 1. Moors and Masonry, Part 1.
Yo, you can definitely check that book out on moorishandmasonry.org, and you can also pick that book up on indigenousmoors.org. All right, so check it out. So I got one more video because that's about over. I got one more video to show y'all. It's a longer video. It goes into the history of Moors. All right, so this is interesting. All right, to say the least, because it will, it's a nice little pic. All right, let's get into this real quick. Let's get it. Like I said, it's a cartoon animation, but it's deep. And let me set this up. It's called Legend of the Moor, right? But what it is about like during the Inquisition. All right, so we're talking about 1500s and whatnot, when 1600s, late 1400s, 1600s, when Spanish people was trying to kick out all the Moors, or if you stayed as a Moor, you had to become a Christian. So Moors were being hunted down in a sense back then. So this is going to show you how serious this was. All right.
I hope Marquita doesn't wake up. She's a good wife, but she's a woman.
Who did you bring to the house so late at night?
Be calm now. He's a sick man, a wanderer.
No, I want to see who it is.
He hasn't a friend or a family.
He's a Moor.
He's a human being.
Do you want to become acquainted with the Inquisition?
Pedro.
What? I'm afraid that my end is very near. I bequeath you this little box for your kindness when you open it.
God is merciful. It'll still be of use to you.
When you open it.
He's dead. God help us.
I feel so sorry for him.
You should be sorry for us. We'll be sent to prison for giving shelter to a Moor. Take the corpse outside at once and bury it somewhere.
Shall we begin, Senor Judge?
Anything of interest that you can tell me?
Yesterday, the Toreador Castellanos killed 2 bulls and wounded a third.
The fourth bull killed Castellaros. Jose Antonio, a traitor and heretic, was burned at the eve of Holy Sunday. Robbery, murder, burial, all in one night.
What was that you said?
Pedro concealed a Moor, then murdered, robbed, and buried him.
And all in one night?
Yes, and I know the booty was a big one.
Naturally. Otherwise, there'd be no point in murdering the wretched heretic. Now, Pedro will have to answer before me for his actions.
Do you know how highly I esteem justice?
Everyone knows, Your Honor. Its weight in gold.
Listen, you cutthroat. It won't help to deny your guilt. I know everything.
I swear to God, we're not guilty.
The person that you murdered in your house was a Moor, an enemy of our faith. The gallows, that's the proper reward for a hideous crime like yours.
Notice how they said the Moor was their enemy.
But we shall consider that you murdered the Moor in a passion of Christian benevolence. You understand, my son?
Understand, scoundrel.
And for that, the court will be lenient to you.
Return the property.
And we'll drop the case. I swear for the salvation of my soul, I didn't commit any murder, and he had nothing at all except a small redwood box, which he willed to me.
Why didn't you say so, you cutthroat? Where's that redwood box?
Where is it?
Where'd you conceal it, villain? Where is it?
With the donkey, Your Honor. With my donkey in one of the baskets.
You think, my boy, that you can fool us?
Just hang him.
Release him. Keep an eye on him.
Well then, water carrier, this is your good fortune. I'm releasing you in goodwill and peace. And you can take your silly box as well.
But in payment for all the expenses and fees of court, this court withholds your donkey named Pecco.
Don't take Pickle. We have children.
Everyone has.
Please, can't we do it the other way around, Your Honor? We'll take the donkey with us, huh? And leave you this silly old box.
We don't barter here, my boy.
Go on. Go on.
Get out.
You dirty scoundrel. That's the kind of a judge you are. To plunder a poor man like I am. To deprive me of my only means of making a living. He takes away my only friend, my Pecco. I miss you so, my faithful friend. My heart is full of sorrow. The world to me seems at an end. Will fate be kind to us tomorrow? You found no happiness, alas. Your life was never really mellow. Though you are nothing but an ass, you've got more sense than any fellow. I don't regret having been honest with that poor old Moor. But to get a box like this instead of my donkey, and to have to drag water on my own back, no, it's too much. Holy Virgin, the Moor.
That which is written on the parchment is magic.
You hear that? Y'all hear that? All right, that's interesting right there. It was kind of long, but I thought it was interesting because me personally, I was thinking that there was going to be something that the Moor left that was worth value to him in some form or fashion. Whether I thought it maybe was property or some kind of rare jewel or something, but yet it was. We didn't like. I don't think we got to see the whole video, but I definitely think there was something there. Okay, so maybe I'll find the other part to it. We can finish watching it, but just the fact that the term Moor was used, quite often in front of us, and we really don't pay attention to it. So, everybody has that name except for the dark-skinned melanated people. And then you got people out here who are light, what we call Albion, so-called white people, who try to dispel that a Moor was dark-skinned. It's like they are very hateful or adamantly against a Moor being a dark skin. So I hope y'all could learn something from this. This is part 1. We'll have part 2 coming back at you very soon. So I hope you enjoy. Until then, Tuta Nana. Salama. Peace.